You're using it right now. It runs our banks, our hospitals, our social lives, and the very video you are watching. But 70 years ago, the internet wasn't a world of instant connection. It was a desperate, top-secret military project born out of the cold, hard fear of nuclear annihilation. Most people think the internet just happened in the 90s. They're wrong. It was built by radicals, government spies, and brilliant scientists who had to invent a whole new language just to get two machines to say hello. Today, we're tracing the wires back to the beginning. This is the 10-minute story of how we built the most complex machine in human history. October 4th, 1957, the Soviet Union launches Sputnik 1 for the United States. It wasn't just a satellite, it was a nightmare. If the Soviets could put a basketball-sized radio in orbit, they could put a nuclear warhead there too. President Eisenhower didn't just want more rockets, he wanted a great brain. He created ARPANET, Advanced Research Projects Agency. Their mission was simple: make sure America is never blindsided again. Back then, computers were mainframes. They were the size of houses. They cost millions. And they were incredibly stupid, they couldn't talk to each other. If you wanted to move data from UCLA to Stanford, you had to print it on a giant reel of magnetic tape and literally drive it there. But a psychologist turned computer scientist named J.C.R. Licklider had a vision. He wrote a paper called Man-Computer Symbiosis. He imagined a galactic network where everyone was interconnected. People called him a dreamer. He was actually a prophet. The big problem was safety. If the Soviets nuked a central command hub, the whole communication system would die. We needed a network with no head. A scientist named Paul Baran came up with a solution: packet switching. Imagine you want to send a book to a friend. Instead of mailing the whole book, you rip out every page, put them in separate envelopes, and mail them through different routes. Some go by plane, some by boat, some by truck. If one city is destroyed, the envelopes just take a different road. At the destination, the friend puts the pages back in order. This was a network designed to survive the apocalypse. October 29, 1969. 10:30 p.m. A young graduate, student named Charlie Klein at UCLA, is ready to send the first ever message over the ARPANET to a computer at Stanford. He types the L ... it arrives. He types the O ... it arrives. Then he types the G, and the system crashes. The very first message ever sent over the internet was just LO. Short for login, but it ended up sounding like lo and behold. It was a glitch that would change the world. By the next year, the network was growing. It wasn't just for military secrets anymore. Scientists were using it to share research. And, eventually, the first ever spam emails. By the mid-70s, the ARPANET had a problem. Other networks were popping up: satellite networks, radio networks, but they were all speaking different languages. It was a digital Tower of Babel. This is where Vint, Cerf, and Bob Kahn come in. They realized the internet didn't need a central boss. It needed a handshake. They invented TCP/IP. TCP is like the mail clerk who checks the envelopes for damage. IP is the address on the front. This allowed a massive supercomputer and a tiny hobbyist machine to finally understand each other. On January 1st, 1983, every computer on the network was forced to switch to TCP/IP. That is the day the modern internet was officially born. Here is the part everyone gets wrong. The internet is the wires. The World Wide Web is the software we use to see it. In 1989, a British scientist at CERN named Tim Berners-Lee was frustrated that he could uneasily find documents on different computers. He invented HTML, the language, HTTP, the protocol, and the first web browser. But here is the crazy part. He didn't patent it. He didn't try to become a billionaire. He convinced CERN to give the code away for free to the entire world. Without that one selfless act, the web might have been a paid service owned by a single company. From the Sputnik shock to the 5G speeds in your pocket today, the Internet is the greatest collaborative project in human history. It started as a way to survive a bomb, and it ended up being the thing that brought the human race together. We went from a crashed low in 1969 to 5 billion people online today. The wires are still there, pulsing beneath every click you make. If you're glad the web is free, hit that like button. Where do you think the Internet is heading next? Brain-machine interfaces, a new galactic network. Let me know in the comments. Stay curious. We'll see you in the next one.